If you would like to get a free swim form analysis like this one, click on the link below to sign up.
Hey Stacy, thanks for sending me your swim video for analysis. What I'm looking at first is breathing, body balance, and rotation, because that affects the 3 phases of the stroke. Number 1, recovery. Number 2, hand entry. Number 3, underwater catch and pull. I'm also looking at your stroke count per 25, and I'm comparing that to your time. So what I asked you to do was to swim the first 2 lengths, first 2 25s easy, the third 25 hard, and then the fourth 25 easy. What you did was on that second 25, you did 23 strokes in 24 seconds. That adds up to 47. On this third 25, your fast 25, you did 24 strokes in 25 seconds. That also adds up to, actually that adds up to 49. So you took 2 more strokes. You actually took 1 more stroke and you actually added 1 more second, and you put in a lot more effort, I could tell. And then this fourth 25, you did 26 strokes in 26 seconds, and this was your easy one. And that adds up to 52. So the most efficient length was length number 2, where you took 23 strokes in 24 seconds. So the whole point of the stroke count and adding it to your time is to really look at how much effort you're putting into and how you're trying to go fast. On this first 25, you look nice and comfortable, relaxed, moderate kick. And the main things I want to talk about stroke technique wise, I'll tell you in a second. On the second 25, again, same as the first 25, your bilateral breathing, that helps with hip rotation. Your head position looks good. Your hip rotation looks okay because you're bilateral breathing. I just want you to know the idea of hip rotation is to drive your hip rotation with your with your hand entry, underwater catch and pull, and then use that hip rotation to help extend your arm out in front of you. But before we touch on that, let's look at this third 25 where you're going hard. For some reason, you started to breathe very frequently and you started to kick more. Every time you breathe, you're dropping that arm. You breathe to the right, you drop that left arm. And there was no glide and there's not really a strong pull. And then on this fourth 25 was more like a recovery 25. I suspect you were tired. You do go back to your bilateral breathing, less kick, but again, you're not going anywhere. You kind of basically did the same thing. So the bottom line is the way you're going to get faster is to work on your technique, because right now you're trying to go faster by increasing your arm turnover. So let's go talk about technique. Breathing, I like the bilateral breathing, not so frequency. And the thing with breathing is what I want you to try to correct is to not drop your arm when you breathe to the right. Try to leave that arm a little bit extra extended, and the way it stays extended is through your hip rotation. I would also, let's move on to recovery. You tend to drop your elbow a little bit on the recovery. So I would have you do fingertips drags. So you're really more mindful of keeping your fingertips below your wrist, below your elbow, because that's going to set you up for a nice hand entry, fingertips below your wrist, below your elbow. You can see, especially with that right arm, you're kind of reaching and your fingertips almost come out of the water. And right now you're breathing so frequently, it doesn't look like you're even paying much attention to that left arm. So that's one of the disadvantages of breathing quite so frequently. I do have some blogs on my website so you can get a little bit more detail on the whys of the stroke mechanics. So once you fix your recovery, that's, again, like I said, it's going to set you up for a better hand entry. But the main thing I want you to think about in hand entry is when you enter, You let your hip rotation help extend your arm deeper out in front of you. So I want you to enter more with a purpose. I want you to focus on fist drill and head out of the water drill. So you're punching the water, you're getting a deeper angle of your hand entry while rotating. Let that rotation help extend your arm deeper out in front of you so you're not so flat and shallow and reaching so much. And then you're going to get a deeper catch, a deeper high elbow catch, and you're going to be able to push the water all the way past your hip. Because right now it looks like you tend to shorten it and your hand tends to come up just before your hip. I also think with your hand entry right now, it looks like you're entering and then kind of pushing the water a little bit wide. Keep that head down. Another reason why you shouldn't breathe so frequently is keep your head down so you can look at your arms pulling over that black line down the center of your body. Again, we worked on catch-up drill, catching up with one hand to the other about 6 inches below the water, because that's where you want to start your catch part of your stroke before the push, which makes up the pull. So a quick review, always start with recovery drills, fingertip drag, thumb slide. That's going to help set you up for a fingertip entry, fingertip wrist elbow. The fist drill, the punch drill is really key for you. And then once you kind of get a handle on the entry with the hip rotation, and the hip rotation helps extend your arm deeper out in front of you, you want to go into those catch-up drills done correctly, as well as the underwater extended doggy paddle to work on pushing all the way past your hip. So hopefully you'll start to change your technique, build some strength with the new technique, just pulling the greatest amount with every arm stroke, and then to go faster, increase your arm turnover without losing technique and strength, and learn to pull yourself across the water instead of kicking. So hopefully this helps. You'll make some changes. Send me a new video. Let's see what the changes do for you as far as stroke count and speed in comparison to this first video, and continue to make progress. Thanks a lot. Make it a great day.